I was born in St. Petersburg, Florida, and we lived there until I was about 7 or 8. For most of the years, I shared a room with my sister, and things were pretty normal until about a year before we left. It started with sounds late at night, scratching sounds on the doors and walls, the television turning on by itself, whisperings between those who were not there. Then, things got progressively worse. Furniture started to move, things started falling off shelves and breaking, and then it started targeting my older sister. She started screaming one night and revealed long scratch marks on her back and legs. This occurred 2 or 3 times, including one time where I saw her hair being pulled. It started to drag her out of the bed once while we were sleeping, so I ran and turned on the light, thinking someone was in the room. No one was. Things started to shake as if an earthquake was happening, and my sister broke down crying. I screamed at it to stop, and it did. This went on and off for a few months, until one event caused my parents to finally call a priest in. While she was sleeping in her bed, it started to shake violently and was not stopping. My parents ran into the room and were amazed that it was not stopping. We thought it was all over until I finally found out what it was for myself. Late one night, I was having trouble sleeping. I struggle with insomnia and have for a very long time. I was scared of the dark, so I would raise the covers all the way to my nose, with only my eyes uncovered, so I could look around and make sure nothing was there. It was a setting out of a horror movie. I could hear the sound of calm wind through the window as a thick mist started creeping in from the hallway floor. It filled the base of the room, and then I finally saw her. A very old woman floated into the room very slowly. Her lower half was faded away, non-existent, much like the librarian in Ghostbusters. She was a strange colour of white, mixed with a blue tint. She floated into the room, then turned and looked at my sister. She slowly moved closer to her, until she was hovering over her bed, looking down at her. She was wearing a very old dress, and had such distinct features. It was crazy how much of her you could make out. I was frozen in fear, staring at her as she looked at my sister. The fear grew when she stopped looking at her, then looked up at me. She saw that I was watching her, and with this, she dispersed, much like the puff of smoke from a cigarette does. The priest came in a few days later, did a cleansing room by room, and after this, we didn't really have any experience with her again. A few minor noises here and there, but nothing severe. My parents told us about 4 or 5 years later that an old woman had died in that house. Me and my sister were annoyed that they did not tell us sooner. They had known since before we moved in, but did not acknowledge it for a few years. Then we moved, into another haunted house. But I will save that story for another day, as it is now 2:40 in the morning, and I should attempt to sleep. Just felt like sharing my main encounter with the paranormal. Why don't you tell me yours as well? Hello everyone, SinisterShaf here. Today's story was A Very Angry Spirit Plagued Our Childhood by GenericBulbasaur. Thank you for letting me narrate your story. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe if you have not done so already. Also, if you can, share this video with your friends. You can now also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links are in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and, as always, stay sinister.